and you're not necessarily a Seattle fan. We're both LA fans. Let's just admit it here. But
Yes.
but let's talk about Grumpy Pants, Freddie Ljungberg. What the holy hell is going on in Seattle? And is this guy going to play for Seattle again, or is this story over?
It's over. If you saw the Colorado game, Seattle looks night and day, much better.
Yep.
They don't need Ljungberg to sell tickets. They're still. I've got a lot of time for Seattle. I know they're not popular, especially they're popular in Seattle, of course, but on the message board. Oh my God, people.
Yeah, absolutely.
They show up. It's fun to watch Seattle games. They're loud. It's a shame about the turf, but that's not the fans' fault.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
Shame about the shirts, but that is the fans' fault for not saying, can we wear another color?
Yeah, this is blinding me. Yeah.
What I meant to say. But if Adrian Hanauer, those people, they're marketing that team. They're not marketing, a player from the English league who's way past his prime and isn't contributing and is being a prima donna like certain other teams of the Western Conference.
Yep.
They marketed what matters. They marketed the shirt, the badge, the thrill of being in Quest with all that atmosphere and excitement. Mm-hmm. And that is something that I'm blown away. I thought there would be a much more significant sophomore slump.
Yeah, me too.
So who needs Ljungberg? They've got their 30,000 fans, and without him, they're winning. He's gone, and good riddance, and good for Seattle.
Yeah, they had 18,000 for a CONCACAF Champions League game. That's unheard of. Unheard of.
Midweek.
Yeah.
Same day as the All-Star game. So you're cutting into at least no Seattle players were bothered to make the All-Star game.
I know.
Which is how bad they've been this year. The Seattle, and I hate making predictions because I'm bad at this, but Seattle is one of those. They are going to absolutely do what Dallas did last year, which was make the bonsai charge for the playoff spot. Maybe they make it, maybe they don't. Mm-hmm. But they are going to win a lot of games, and you don't want to see them on the schedule. And as a Galaxy fan, I'm glad they're off the schedule.
Yeah.
They look good right now.
They do look good. Can I ask you this? What's your theory on Freddie Ljungberg's grumpiness? What the hell is wrong with him? And what's going on in Seattle that's made him so unhappy?
I have absolutely no idea.
Me neither.
It can't be. Well, maybe. And
there's your.
My daughter doesn't have. Yeah, my
awesome.
daughter doesn't have
her first...
some input. I should ask her. It may be. If I had to guess, he may have expected a little bit more star treatment, and suddenly Seattle becomes a proper team. They've taken their place in the Seattle sports landscape. Yeah. And so Roth and Carey and Hanauer don't need to treat him like he's David Beckham.
Yep.
Maybe
that's it.
It's a theory. He may just be a jerk, or he may be hurt and not want to admit it. But he's had a history. That's how he got to MLS in the first place.
Well, he used to be a very handsome man too, and now he's not as handsome. Maybe that's on his,
The Beckham parallels just keep piling up.
Because Beckham is still a handsome man. I don't care, how you add it up. But Ljungberg's not.
Going back, Beckham's grown the Dr. House beard. He's got more tattoos than he went to Danny Califf or Janine Lindemuller's.
I'm not even sure what that's all about. But that seems to be a prevailing new trend in soccer.
Like, he wants to be the lead singer of Slipknot once he retired.
It's something like that. Or, people forgot at some point, Dan, that if you really want to paint and express yourself, you can actually do it on a canvas. You don't have to do it on your skin. I mean, because that shit's permanent. You know what I mean?
When he does finally retire and let himself, he's going to look hysterical, shaped like Jimmy Five Bellies. Well, that's true for a lot of people with tattoos. We're not all aging beautifully.
Well, I'm happy to say I don't have any, and that the funniest tattoo is down the line is going to be Landon Donovan's tattoo of D-Rec on his chest. I don't know if you've seen that one, but that one is going to smart 20 years from now when those things start sagging a little, you know
No,
what I mean?
but he will look at it and think, Landon Donovan score a goal for me, and he did. In the group of C.
I appreciate
visionary. Boy, did that horse come in.
It did, and we just rode it. We just rode it for a while, Dan. It didn't last very long. We were hoping it would last a few more, games, but it didn't. Oh, you know what? What the hell? We've already gone over time, so let's just screw it. Let's get your thoughts on the World Cup, and we'll just make this a 3-part series. Let's do this.
Oh, boy, if anything will kill your show dead.
Don't worry, we'll edit out all the bad parts.
Consecutive? Are you insane? Have you lost your mind? This is what the people need. We're going to open up with a month of Dan. That's what
we have 2 months of Dan Loney coming up on this show. We have no other guests for 2 months. Here it is.
It's all I offer, and it doesn't work for me. I don't know how you're going to get anything out of it.
Hey, let's get your summary on that and your thoughts on that, and then we'll call it a night. How's that?
The one thing that people... Okay, Sophia hated it.
I don't blame her.
But the one thing, people overreact to refereeing every cup. They did this in 2002 when South Korea had that run. And when Rivaldo had... Everybody dives and hacks and cheats because it's the World Cup, and everybody blames the refs because it's an impossible job. So focusing on the final and saying that the referee ruined it instead of the players ruining it. Oh, I know. Yes, you wanted Holland to play better too. I did too, honey. That's Holland's fault. It's a player's fault. It's not the referees.
Right.
Get another guy in there, get some technology, and most of all, suspend the cheaters after the game. You have them on tape.
Thank
you see
you.
what they do.
Yes.
You see all the dives. You see all the handballs and hacks. Have them take 5 games off. Have them suspended for the tournament.
Yep.
And it won't slow it down, but they won't benefit from the next game or the next 2 games. Suarez would have, Luis Suarez, he would have played in the final.
Yep. And
that's
absolutely. And if some of these prima donnas and these actresses, as I call them, knew that they're...
I wouldn't call Nigel Young an act. Well, they're the actresses,
okay.
yeah.
That's more of a Dita thing. I'm sorry. But if they knew that the footage was going to be reviewed after the game, you think these guys would be flopping all over? You think Keita would have pretended that Kaká elbowed him in the face? I don't think that would have happened because he would have known. He would have gotten a yellow card.
Because they want to win that game and they're not focusing after. The point is punishing them afterwards so the team doesn't continue to benefit.
Let's do it.
Just make the punishment not fit the crime.
Absolutely.
Bounce them off the tournament. I mean,
agree.
that's what will get this a little bit back to reality. And if you had done that with Van Bommel and De Jong for the yellow cards they weren't getting earlier that they should have gotten, we probably would have had a decent final instead of Spain just trying to dodge karate kicks.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty ugly.
Or failing to dodge karate kicks.
Oh, when Johan Cruyff is giving you a red card, verbally after the game, you've got a problem if you're the Dutch.
Well, and Guilitt as well. And I don't listen to Guilitt very much, but just the look on his face said he was ashamed of Holland too.
It was embarrassing. It really was. It was an unfortunate ending of the World Cup. But Dan, go ahead, Dan.
Since I'm going to be on for the next 6 months, apparently, it's the U.S. We're acting. There's what is that thing that they'll show on Fox Soccer Channel? The glory and the power and the majesty and the pageant. They're going to do a special on this World Cup.
They are.
And we're thinking we should have been. It's a disappointment. We didn't beat Ghana.
Right.
But But as far as the mainstream is concerned, that Algeria goal, and it really was terrific.
It was.
And it really was a very, very wonderful moment.
Nail-biting.
But it's eye-opening to see, that's how people weren't disappointed by the U.S. the way the fans of the people who were following since before the Confederations Cup.
Yeah.
They weren't disappointed. They loved it. They thought it was a glorious, powerful American sports moment. We're sitting there thinking blaming Findlay and Bradley and Clark for ruining our World Cup.